at 12 a.m. once again when that fire broke out in the Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub, and around 5:30 a.m. when the Luthra brothers fled to Phuket. Lots of questions remain unanswered here. For more on this, we have with us Yesha Kotak as well. Yesha, seems suspect to say the least. The brothers fled hours after the fire broke out. What do you think really happened here? Because why would they decide to do this hours after the fire broke out?
So as far as when we speak of the entire protocol, or for that matter, when it comes to a criminal investigation, uh, anyone who is responsible for a crime on their location, they are usually charged and an arrest takes place. Here in this case, there were 25 lives which were lost. Particularly because 25 lives were lost, the Luka brothers would have been aware that eventually the question, the buck would pass on to them, and which is where I'm sure they would have a legal team which will have already guided them. Or for that matter, we also see how there have been several top leaders from Goa who hinted at a larger nexus. Now, in 2023 was where the club was formed. As far as details of the investigation from police are concerned, was gone for informed that in 2023, when the permission was granted to this very club, the fire NOC was given without any verification. There were several other NOCs wherein there was no background check that was done. As a result of which, when it comes to this club that was functioning, it was functioning without proper permission. In fact, as far as our information from the Goa police is concerned, they've also said that the license, the trade license for them had also expired in 2024, which was never renewed. So, of course, the questions then came on to the Gram Panchayat, and inquiry team which was formed has also suspended several people from the Gram Panchayat. A panel, other inquiry, a judicial inquiry has also been set in place to understand the entire nature of this very fire that took place. Now, like we've been discussing, that as a part of the protocol that is concerned, as a part of the criminal investigation that is concerned, if a person is found to be in know-how of the incident taking place within his premises, he is usually charged. So, considering that, both the Luka brothers, I'm sure they are well aware of the entire legal procedure, and within 5 hours of the incident taking place, they managed to escape via an illegal flight at 5:30 a.m. from Delhi. All of this had come to pass only after Goa police reached Delhi. Now, let us understand the whole sequence of the events that took place. On 7th December at midnight was when the fire took place. 5:30 a.m. was when the brothers escaped. On 7th December, late in the evening, was where the court has issued an NOC against these two accused. And they've also reached Delhi. So all of these are important protocol, are important timelines that one needs to be aware of. And even before the Goa police could reach Delhi was where both the brothers had managed to escape. Yes.
Right, Yesha, do stay on with us. We also have Anvit Srivastava live with us. Now, Anvit, we have been covering the chaos that we've seen when it comes to Indigo and the flight cancellations and the debilitating disruptions that we also witnessed in the past few days. That being said, this fire took place. It broke out at 12 a.m. The brothers fled around 5:30 a.m. to Phuket. Would you say this was just dumb luck, or do you think they had help and they were perhaps being guided on how to skirt authorities? And what do you think are going to be the implications of this even for Indigo?
See, certainly a planned move that the brothers have, they fled and left the country ahead of certain action could be taken, legal action could be taken against them. They booked a flight on Indigo. See, it's a matter of investigation whether Indigo knew of their involvement, and because Blue Corner notice that has been issued, that also was issued after they had flown out of the country. So whether Indigo's role is there or they were just booked as a normal passenger or not, that will be looked into by law enforcement agencies. We are right now outside Romeo Lane in Civil Lines, which is one of the clubs is said to have been set up by these Luthra brothers in 2019. You can see it also says this club was established 2019. We spoke to some of the staff. They are not aware of much developments on that front. Whether brothers, still the manager is yet to reach here. The club is still opening. So the staff that is there, they could not reveal much. But what we know of as far as the investigation against them, as they have fled the country, that the teams of Goa police were in Delhi just 2 days ago to conduct raids on the addresses of both Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra. And since they were not available, a notice also was under appropriate sections of law was posted in their house. They had been asked to join investigation. But police also have told us that after this incident took place and when it came to the notice of the police, Bureau of Immigration was also contacted in Mumbai, and it was found then that they have fled to Phuket on a December 7 flight at around 5:30 a.m. So at this hour, police are reaching out to Interpol division also to find out as to what has happened, and also Interpol has been contacted so that these brothers can be apprehended wherever they are, if they are in Phuket or if they have also taken a connecting flight and gone elsewhere. So that needs to be tracked down now.
Absolutely, and Anvit, do stay on with us. Now, CNN News 18. We've also traced the duo's office in Delhi. We're talking about the headquarters here, intensifying the hunt for the owners behind one of the deadliest nightclub disasters that we've witnessed in Goa. Here's a ground report. Take a look.
I am at the Delhi office of Saurav and Gaurav Luthra, who are absconding and owns the Romeo Lane of Goa, where the 25 fatalities have taken place due to the fire. And certainly behind me, this is the office where both the owners used to sit, and according to the locals and the people who secured this building, it's on 3rd floor, and nobody after the incident has visited. Even the staff has not come here today, and yesterday also nobody came here. And day before yesterday, we were told that Saurabh visited this office for 2 hours and then he left for a meeting. And now you can also see there is Being GS Hospitality Goa LLP. There is a board also, the temporary board, and this basically shows that this particular hospitality owned by Gaurav and Saurabh. This particular office has 15 to 20 people. They used to sit here, and this is basically the headquarter of the Romeo Lane Group. And if you can see that there is another temporary board which it seems that this has been removed very recently. It has been now thrown into the dustbin, and certainly this place would be under investigation once Saurav and Gaurav would be arrested by Goa police.
All right, now as we track all the developments on this front, the brothers are absconding. We're given to understand that they are in Phuket. It's also important to perhaps map out this entire journey that they must have taken. We're trying to connect the dots here and give you a clearer picture of what could have transpired that night. As I mentioned earlier, the fire engulfed the club at around 12:04 a.m. These are the two brothers, Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra. These are the brothers who are absconding. They reached the Delhi airport at around 2:30 a.m. That is on the night of 7th of December. Early morning, you could say, intervening night of the 6th and the 7th of December. Then 5:30 a.m. is when they take a flight from Delhi, an Indigo flight to Phuket. We're given to understand that's where they are right now, and a lookout notice is out for the both of them. There's a third involved as well. The brothers reached Phuket at around 10 a.m. from that 5:30 a.m. flight that they took from Delhi. At around 10 a.m., they were in Phuket. So this was that same night, hours after the fire broke out. Saurabh Luthra then also posted a message on Instagram on this tragedy that took place at one of their properties. Talk about insult to injury. He said this: the management expresses profound grief and is deeply shaken by the tragic loss of lives resulting from the unfortunate incident at Birch. Now, this is the message that he posted. However, they are still absconding. So to get in touch with them, that is going to be a Herculean task as well. But this is the journey that they undertook right after the fire engulfed Birch by Romeo Lane, where 25 people lost their lives. And this is the message that they then posted on Instagram after they'd already reached Phuket. Now, let me just go back to Anvit. Anvit, we've obviously tried to connect the dots here, see what really must have gone on. Now, that message, it's really, adding insult to injury here. The brothers are absconding. Do you think this seems to be somewhat an inside job? Because they, of course, immediately after the fire broke out, they fled.
See, it's only once they're arrested and people related to them are questioned, it would be clear that whether there was an insider hand on alerting them beforehand, when this incident took place. And that is for now, that is Goa Police's mandate, and they are looking into this case. So when these brothers have fled, their family members, relatives, and staff will be questioned, and it will be then clear whether they had any tip-off from anyone that such an incident has taken place. If they were brazen, flouting of rules, flouting of fire safety norms, and they knew that they would come under the stern radar of law enforcement agencies. Probably that is the reason what made them take this step and flee out of the country, to escape the law enforcement jurisdiction. So it will depend on detailed investigation by the fire department and the police in Goa, as to also the forensics department, to find out that what kind of blaze it was, what sparked it, whether it was a normal short circuit that led to it, or whether it was a sabotage. Also, whether proper fire safety measurements measures were taken, and were there adequate equipment that are basic mandate equipment that are required for to run such a place.
All
so
right.
if those
Now,
measures were not there, then stern action certainly will be taken, not just there, but also on their other outlets, like one we are standing here out in civil lines in New Delhi.
right, and we do stay on with us. We also have Deepak Bish live with us from Luthra Brothers. Delhi residents were given to understand. Deepak ji, आपकी किसी से वहाँ पे बात हुई है? क्या हुआ है यहाँ पे?
देखिए, अभी तक कोई बात यहाँ पर आस पड़ोस के लोग बात नहीं कर रहे हैं। जिस जगह पर मैं खड़ा हूँ, ये पूरी जो पीछे की बिल्डिंग आपको दिखाई दे रही है, ये बिल्डिंग जो यहाँ पर गोवा के क्लब मालिक गौरव लूथरा और सौरभ लूथरा की है, और इस पूरी बिल्डिंग को आप देखेंगे बिल्कुल आलीशान ये बिल्डिंग है। और सबसे अहम चीज़ ये कि यहाँ पर गोवा पुलिस एक दिन पहले पहुँची थी, और गोवा पुलिस ने पहुँचकर यहाँ पर पूछताछ करने की कोशिश की थी, लेकिन आज इस घर में कोई भी नहीं है, बात करने के लिए कोई तैयार नहीं है। और सबसे अहम चीज़ ये कि गोवा पुलिस जब यहाँ पर पहुँची थी तो यहाँ दोनों भाई नहीं मिले थे, क्योंकि दोनों फुकेट भाग चुके हैं, और ये दोनों हादसे के अगले दिन सुबह की 5:30 बजे की फ्लाइट लेकर यहाँ से गोवा से फरार हुए थे। अब पुलिस का कहना है कि गोवा पुलिस जो यहाँ पर है, दिल्ली में भी 4 से 5 लोकेशन पर गोवा पुलिस है, क्योंकि एक दिन पहले यहाँ पर उस शख्स को गिरफ्तार किया गया था जो भरत था, जिसको ट्रांजिट रिमांड में गोवा ले आया गया है। उससे पूछताछ की जाएगी, क्योंकि वो पूरी इस रोमियो लेन की उस पूरी चेन को जो है ऑपरेशंस को देखता है, और इसीलिए यहाँ पर उससे पूछताछ काफ़ी अहम होगी। और दूसरा ये कि कितने लोग यहाँ पर रहते थे, कितने लोगों को यहाँ पर की ऑपरेशंस की जिम्मेदारी दी गई थी, ये सारी जानकारियाँ भरत सिंह नाम के उस शख्स से यहाँ पर जुटाई जाएगी। और गोवा के इन दोनों ओनर को काफ़ी समय तक कोशिश की गई थी कि कांटेक्ट पर रखा जाए, लेकिन उन्होंने अपने फ़ोन बंद कर दिए हैं, फुकेट भाग चुके हैं। और सबसे अहम चीज़ ये कि फुकेट भागने के अलावा ये एक दिन पहले ही उसका सौरभ लूथरा का एक सोशल मीडिया के जरिए यहाँ पर जवाब मिला था, सोशल मीडिया के जरिए, कि वो क्या कह रहा है, उसने अपना दुख जताया। लेकिन यहाँ पर जब पुलिस को ज़रूरत थी कि वो यहाँ पर सामने आए, लेकिन दोनों सामने आने के बजाय इतने बड़े हादसे के बाद फरार हो गए। तो फिलहाल गोवा पुलिस दिल्ली में भी कई जगह पर है, कोशिश की जा रही है कि कुछ और लोग इस नेटवर्क के जोड़े जा सकें।
जी, सो आप कह रहे हैं भरत सिंह है जो ऑपरेशंस ओवरसी कर रहे थे दिल्ली के, राइट?
जी।
All right. Now, Anvit, let me just come back to you on that as well. Of course, nobody at the residence, also no one there at the headquarters where Ankur was bringing us the ground report from. The two brothers are absconding. Really, what seems to be at play here? All right. All right, I believe we'll try and get Anvit back on line with us. Of course, we'll continue to track all developments closely on that front. Let's just shift our focus now. As I mentioned earlier, there's a lot that needs to be uncovered there, and we'll continue to bring you all the developments on that front. Let's move on for now. Now, Indigo's operational crisis, it has entered its 8th straight day, with the large-scale flight cancellations continuing across major Indian airports. After mammoth cancellations over the past few days, the airline claims that its own time performance has now upped to 91% on-time performance, from 75%. That was until yesterday. As of today, over 1,800 flights have been scheduled. The DGCA has received Indigo's response to its show cause, citing minor technical glitches, winter schedule changes, adverse weather, congestion, and new crew duty rules as the reasons that they've cited, some 5 reasons that they've cited here. As per the top government sources, Indigo's previously approved winter flight schedule will be curtailed due to this chaos that we witnessed. The Indigo CEO has been summoned and will meet DGCA and Civil Aviation Ministry officials at 11 a.m. I'm assuming that a meet would be underway as well. Also, Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu will speak on the issue in Lok Sabha today. But first, let's just listen to what he said in the Rajya Sabha yesterday.
सर, जो इंडिगो का क्राइसिस अभी देखने को मिला वो एएमएसएस से रिलेटेड नहीं है। इंडिगो के इंटरनल ऑपरेशंस में उनके जो क्रू रोस्टरिंग सिस्टम है, उनका जो अपना इंटरनल प्लानिंग है, उसमें गड़बड़ी के कारण ये सब हुआ है। ऑन 1st of December we had a meeting with Indigo on FDTL itself. When they required some clarifications, we have given the clarifications also with that idea, and they have not flagged this issue. So everything was running normal till then. Suddenly we have observed this on 3rd. Immediately when this was observed, the ministry came into the picture. Let me tell you that we are not taking this situation easily. We are doing an inquiry and we will take very, very strict action, not only for this situation, but also as an example. We will set an example for all the airlines. If there is any miscompliance, any non-compliance or non-adherence, for any single person, any entity or any organization or any operator functioning in this civil aviation, we will take very, very strict action so that we set an example in the industry.
All right, so now also let's take a look at what are the options that the centre has at its disposal. First, financial penalties for non-compliance, that is one option of course. They could also then look to curtail the flight schedule and operations. Probably some reduction in that would ease this pressure and then we could see operations return to normal. Suspension or removal of top management, that is something that remains to be seen. Who is held accountable for all this chaos that many believe could also have been engineered. Rigorous probe and manpower audit would also follow as a result of that. And also then fortifying review on recruitment and the operations. As you heard in that statement as well, there were a lot of internal operational issues which were cited as the reason for this as well. So a fortnightly review, that would perhaps be best to introduce something like that, a mechanism in place, so that such sort of rostering issues and internal operation issues don't really crop up once again, because we've seen what it really led to in the past few days. Now we have Anvit still with us. Anvit, thank you so much for staying on. Of course, these are some of the options that remain at the centre's disposal as well. What are we likely to see going forward?
See, meetings are underway with the ministry, and certain actions are also expected, as the minister also said this, and their actions certainly would be against Indigo. We are also learning that there could be possible route share cut of Indigo, and also that share may be distributed among players in aviation, among airlines like Air India Express or SpiceJet. But Indigo had responded to DGCA show cause notice, and in which because the ministry also has been holding meetings to identify that why did this happen, what is the root cause behind this, the chaos that has been unfolding for the past 1 week. Indigo has clearly said in that their show cause response to the show cause notice that they are yet to zero down upon the root cause, and they have said that it is realistically not possible to pinpoint the exact cause at this time due to the complexity and vast scale of operations. And they have said that they have given a combination of factors in which there are minor technical glitches, schedule changes linked to start of the winter season, weather-related changes. Other than technical, they have also mentioned FDTL norms. But see, FDTL norms certainly is in the center of this entire controversy. Since the beginning, government has been telling all the airlines, and in fact, even before this draft came in on January 2024, even before we are learning that ministry had multiple meetings with stakeholders, including airlines, and they had been told that this is the draft that we are coming up with, and a consent was reached, and only then these rules were brought in. And even after that, despite those elaborate meetings, when airlines did not come on board and did not start implementing unless the pilots body had to go to Delhi High Court, DGCA came out and said that yes, we are implementing it 15 rules from July 1st and then onwards November 1st. Only then the implementation started, and we've seen how it started and what it turned into. The chaos chaos it turned into, with thousands of passengers stranded, Indigo crumbling, the operations of Indigo. And now also Indigo has come out with detailed statement. They are saying that we are up with 1800 operations, 90% OTP has been reached. But see, certainly Indigo's operations are improving. But the major question remains that why did this happen? Ministry also trying to find out and having multiple meetings as to what was the root cause.
Right.
And we also previously interviewed a pilot who had said that this could possibly be a deliberate attempt by the airline.
Absolutely, Anvi. They've cited some 5 reasons. Nothing seemed to be going for them, of course, in the days leading up to this chaos. You spoke about the whistleblower statement that has come out that you interviewed as well. And he spoke about how this could have been averted, this crisis could have been avoided as well. That being said, let's just talk about the meeting that was scheduled for 11 a.m. today as well. What are we looking at? We've also seen all of the measures that are in place. Do you think, how would you chart out the path to implementation for all of these and for operations to actually go back to normal?
See, what we are learning that in the meeting that will be held at the ministry, there are 3 major points. One is that the routes of Indigos might be reduced, they might be curtailed, and share will be given to other airlines because the upcoming season is of fog and holiday season, and usually we see towards year end there are frequency of flights usually go up. So following that, Indigo might witness a share cut in its operation, and that might be distributed to other airlines. Another thing we are learning is that Indigo has been warned, and government is also examining routes cut for Indigos. Other than that, this will also be done. It says that Indigo, if fails to stabilize operations, so all eyes are on Indigo, because previously also Indigo has given a statement and they have said that their focus is to stabilize operations to 100%. Has that been done in the past 3 to 4 days? Only partially. So it is being looked at. Indigo, previously government had also put their officers in Indigo's operational centers, and they are keenly looking into very specifically into their operational details. So it will be looked at whether Indigo is proceeding towards getting that stability or not. If not, then route cuts will happen, is what the ministry has said. If they think that yes, Indigo is stabilizing and coming back to having its full-fledged operation, then there might be less percentage of cut, and so percentage of route cut will depend upon how Indigo is prepared, how well it is prepared to bring back normalcy to its operations.
All right, Anvi, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on that. All right, and with that, we're going to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere though. News and updates will continue on the other side on CNN News 18.
This is News 18. Stay ahead with News 18. News from your city in your language. Real-time updates, in-depth analysis, and breaking news. Anytime, anywhere. Only on the News 18 app. Scan and download the News 18 app now.
Indigo's operational crisis. It's entered its 8th straight day with large-scale flight cancellations continuing across major Indian airports. After mammoth cancellations over the past few days, the airline claims that its own time performance has upped up to 91% from 75% until yesterday. As of today, over 1,800 flights have been scheduled. The DGCA has received Indigo's response to its show cause, citing minor technical glitches, winter schedule changes, adverse weather congestion, and new crew duty rules as the reasons that they've cited for these disruptions. As per top government sources, Indigo's previously approved winter flight schedule will be curtailed due to the recent chaos. The Indigo CEO has been summoned and will meet DGCA and Civil Aviation Ministry officials at 11 a.m. today. Also, Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu will speak on the issue in Lok Sabha. But first, listen to what he said in the Rajya Sabha yesterday.
Immediately when this was observed, the ministry came into the picture. We have taken over the situation at the airports. We have consulted all the stakeholders, and then you have seen how things have unfolded for those 2 days. Definitely, there was a lot of difficulty that has faced by the passengers, and as a closing statement, also let me tell you that we are not taking this situation easily. We are doing an inquiry, and we will take very, very strict action, not only for this situation, but also as an example We will set an example for all the airlines. If there is any miscompliance, any non-compliance or non-adherence for any single person, any entity or any organization or any operator functioning in this civil aviation, this thing, we will take very, very strict action so that we set an example in the industry.
Now, be that as it may, in a mega exclusive by CNN News 18, an Indigo insider, a whistleblower, also made some big revelations that have exposed the airline point by point. Indigo's response on this revelation is still awaited. Listen to these truth bombs dropped by a former Indigo pilot.
When this November implementation happened because of the Honorable High Court, they started taking flight cancellation on purpose. What Indigo used?
Indigo's operational crisis. It's entered its 8th straight day with large-scale flight cancellations continuing across major Indian airports. After mammoth cancellations over the past few days, the airline claims that its own time performance has upped up to 91% from 75% until yesterday. As of today, over 1,800 flights have been scheduled. The DGCA has received Indigo's response to its show cause, citing minor technical glitches, winter schedule changes, adverse weather congestion and new crew duty rules as the reasons that they've cited for these disruptions. As per top government sources, Indigo's previously approved winter flight. Welcome back to CNN News 18 with me, Hem Kaur Soroya. Let's get right into this. CNN News 18 exclusive that we're getting for you right now. TTP assaults Pakistan security forces in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. 6 security personnel killed. 7 have been injured. An intense exchange of fire continues in Manato, we're given to understand, in the Kurram district, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. So this is the latest that we are getting right now. We're given... Now, for more on this, to understand what's really happening here, we have with us Akanksha Swaroop. Akanksha, thank you so much for joining us. If you could just tell us what your assessment of this is.
Right. These are inputs that have been shared by Security Affairs Editor Mr. Manoj Gupta, and what we are being told is that Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, as far as the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan remains extremely volatile, and in the latest what we are being told is that they have assaulted Pakistan security forces. There's been an intense exchange of firing, which is also being reported from Manato, Kurram district in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. Multiple TTP casualties are also being reported, but remember, this is not a first as far as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is concerned. The KP province has been extremely volatile and has seen a very tense and situation. There's been an escalation of violence in the last over fortnight, in fact, where we've seen how security forces from Pakistan are being targeted by the TTP as well. Just to take our viewers through what this means, Pakistan security forces are not able to control the situation on ground level as we can share the inputs. This is also one situation that's now indicating that there's been a complete breakdown of ceasefire, which remember had been 2 rounds had already taken place in October, and as far as the current situation is concerned, we do not see any hopes that Pakistan's relationship with the Afghan Taliban can be fixed at the moment. It seems that there is going to be no hope for a ceasefire. Just a day ago, we've seen how the Pakistan Army Chief and the Chief of the 3 Armed Forces, Asim Munir, has also sent out a very stern warning to Afghan Taliban yesterday that they will be dealt with a very strict and iron hand, and we'll have to see how far this goes, because just in the month of December itself, we've seen how there have been suicide attacks and sabotages as well. All of these attacks, in fact, targeting Pakistan security personnel in Bannu district, and the latest, what we are being told, is the one that has taken place is in Kurram district. So all of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, as we speak here, important to highlight, remains extremely volatile, and we've seen a sharp escalation in violence across the Durand line as far as Afghan Taliban and Pakistan are concerned. But Khyber Pakhtunkhwa particularly, in fact, witnessing a host of attacks all targeted towards the Pakistan security personnel, and the latest, in fact, TTP casualties have also been reported. Hey.
All right, Akanksha, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this and your analysis of it also. Thank you. And with that, we're going to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. News and updates will continue on the other side on CNN News 18.
This is News 18 Network.
Indigo's operational crisis. It's entered its 8th straight day with large-scale flight cancellations continuing across major Indian airports. After mammoth cancellations over the past few days, the airline claims that its own time performance has upped up to 91% from 75% until yesterday. As of today, over 1,800 flights have been scheduled. The DGCA has received Indigo's response to its show cause citing minor technical glitches, winter schedule changes, adverse weather congestion and new crew duty rules as the reasons that they've cited for these disruptions. As per top government sources, Indigo's previously approved winter flight schedule will be curtailed due to the recent chaos. The Indigo CEO has been summoned and will meet DGCA and Civil Aviation Ministry officials at 11 a.m. today. Also, Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu will speak on the issue in Lok Sabha, but first listen to what he said in the Rajya Sabha yesterday.
Immediately when this was observed, the ministry came into the picture. We have taken over the situation at the airports. We have consulted all the stakeholders, and then you have seen how things have unfolded for those 2 days. Definitely, there was a lot of difficulty that has faced by the passengers, and as a closing statement, also let me tell you that we are not taking this situation easily. We are doing an inquiry, and we will take very, very strict action, not only for this situation, but also as an example. We will set an example for all the airlines. If there is any miscompliance, any non-compliance or non-adherence for any single person, any entity or any organization or any operator functioning in this civil aviation, we will take very, very strict action so that we set an example in the industry.
Now, be that as it may, in a mega exclusive by CNN News 18, an Indigo insider, whistleblower, also made some big revelations that have exposed the airline point by point. Indigo's response on this revelation is still awaited. Listen to these truth bombs dropped by a former Indigo pilot.
When this in November implementation happened because of the Honorable High Court, they started
சொந்தங்கள் இல்லன்னு ஆயிட முடியுமா அது எப்படி முடியும் இப்ப பாத்தீங்களா ஒருத்தர்
All right, and there you have these visuals on your screens from actor Vijay's rally. Now, this is his first public meeting in Puducherry, of course, after the Karur stampede that broke out as well. He's back on the campaign trail. This is his first rally after that unfortunate stampede that we witnessed in Karur after initially declining all requests for a road show. This is his first rally with several strict conditions were given to understand in place as well. This is his rally in Puducherry that we are witnessing right now. These are the live visuals that we're getting for you right now. The Puducherry police, who initially denied permission for this roadshow, had cited cramped streets, narrow lanes. They finally did grant approval, and this is his first rally after the Karur stampede. This is his first public meeting, and he's speaking from the rooftop of the campaign bus in what his party has, the TVK has also insisted, is a standalone gathering and not a roadshow. Also important to mention that there are several strict measures in place we're given to understand as well, since this is his first outdoor political event since the Karur stampede that was in September that killed some 41 people.
1977 புரட்சி தலைவர் எம்ஜிஆர் அவர்கள்
In 1977,
ஆனா அதுக்கு முன்னாடியே
MGR formed the government from Tamil Nadu.
இங்க புதுச்சேரியில அவங்களோட ஆட்சி அமைஞ்சது.
But it's because of
அதனால சொன்னாங்க
MGR became famous.
அவரை தமிழ்நாட்டுல மிஸ் பண்ணிடாதீங்கன்னு நமக்கு அலர்ட் பண்ணதே புதுச்சேரி தான்.
Puducherry was the one that alerted that a politician like MGR
இருக்கிற மக்கள்
people of Puducherry
புதுச்சேரி
are just like the people of Tamil Nadu. And I will continue to raise my voice not